Hey, good morning, family. So, Reginald Martin here of Kemetic Centered Living, where ancient wisdom becomes modern awakening. So, I wanted to talk today about speaking in tongues and catching the Holy Ghost. All right. So, I've had a couple of people that have asked me about this, actually in two different ways, and so I want to talk about that today. I'll give you some perspective on it and what it means. So a lot of times people ask, is that real? And I want to help you, gain some perspective about even that question. Is it real? And usually as Christians, and not even just as Christians, but we just in our society, we look at this objective reality out here as real. In other words, if other people experience it the same way that I do, then that makes it real. But essentially what you're doing, family, is you're waiting for outside validation, okay, in one sense or another. And as far as your experience of this reality. Now, don't get me wrong, there are certain agreements within society, in the broader context of society that we live in, that we all agree on. It's just part of the rules of this reality, okay? So, we got laws and, and stuff like that. So those are all things that we definitely agree on and that we choose to live in society and live by those rules and laws that man makes, okay? So I'm not talking about, anarchy or anything like that. It's just, I'm talking about really accessing this knowledge from the soul level, okay, and the metaphysical level. So the ancients, when just philosophically, the ancients looked at the metaphysical world as the real world, okay? It is the foundation of where our physical reality emerges from, okay? It is the metaphysical world, what they call the heavens, is the foundation of the physical world, okay? Everything that comes into the physical, everything that we see as physical, on some level is representative of this metaphysical or universal expression of reality, okay? So that's just a philosophical foundation of it, okay? Now, when we're talking about language, understand, and I'm getting to speaking in tongues and catching the Holy Ghost, okay? So, but I have to educate you and give you some foundation so you can think in a broader context, all right? And really get out of that Christian box or the religious box. But when we're talking about language, any language that we speak, I don't care whether it's French, Spanish, Portuguese, English, whatever the language is, it is a representation of our inner thoughts and experiences. And through the language, we have agreed on certain meanings, okay, of what a word means or whatever. That's how we're able to communicate objectively with each other, okay? But even in that context, we can have different experiences of the word that we use. So it's not always clear cut that if I use a word a certain way, that it means the exact same thing to you as it does to me, okay? So there still can be miscommunication. I just had it recently happen where a person that I was communicating with business-wise, they didn't communicate very well in text, and I didn't always understand what they were saying. So this person would say text certain things a certain way. I take it one way, and I don't believe that English was even their first language. So, they say something one way, and I take it another. But in that instance, his use of language didn't connect. Even when we were using the same words, how he was communicating his ideas just didn't jive with how I understood them. Okay, so understand that, again, any language, I don't care what it is still expressing our inner experiences, and that we most times agree on how we agree on the words on some level, on some depth in the definition. So when we're talking about speaking in tongues and catching the Holy Ghost, family, it is real in the sense that there is an experience of this. And I want to take you to the broader context of what is happening when that happens, okay, when people do that. So anytime that this is happening, well, I won't say anytime, because people can fake it too. But even still, there's still stuff that can come through, even them faking it. But anytime you're having that experience, you are speaking what the ancients might call a light language, okay? And that's L-I-G-H-T, okay, light, as in sunlight, light, okay? Hey family, just a quick addendum on the light languages. I wanted to say that it is, if I didn't say that before, that it is a form of channeling, okay? So it's a form of channeling your higher self and bringing it through into the earth plane, okay? And this light language is actually older than anything in existence, really. It's part of the fabric of the universe. So when the light language is, first, it's soul level, 2, it's multidimensional, and 3, it's vibrational, okay? And it connects you to everything in the universe in that way. So how you would ground this in the ancient Kemetic terms is it is really about an aspect of Ra that is light, spirit, and vibration, okay? Ra is all those things. Everything that is possible in the universe, it came out of Ra. Everything that is possible in the experiential universe, okay? Ra had that as an aspect, okay? As it fragmented and went into the physical, then it tapped into Ptah as the physical universe, okay, our physical experience, and Ptah is the cross, okay, in which anything that is metaphysical becomes physical, okay. There's a certain elements and things that have to occur from the metaphysical into the physical. Then on a personal level, you're going to take it to Osiris. So these are just the different levels here. So spiritual level, Ra, or metaphysical level, Ra, physical level, Ptah, and then individual level, it's going to be about Osiris, okay, and us as an aspect of the soul. So when you're speaking that language, anybody that's speaking that language, they're actually tapping into the fabric of the universe. They're actually tapping into vibrational experiences and communication from the universe that literally bypass our logical minds and our need to frame things linguistically, okay? Because it as soon as somebody tries to translate it, and you can translate it into your language, but as soon as you translate it into the language, it fits into the box of our understanding. It becomes a limitation. So in that sense, it is very, very real, okay? The experience of it is very, very real. And I've seen people do it, there are some people that have the gift to speak it, and then there are some people, of course, and we know this in church, there are some people that have the gift to translate it, okay? But usually when it is spoken by a person, it is something for them that they can share in a way, okay? And it's usually going to be something that's healing for them. Just it's going to vibrationally lift them in a way. And usually the only time, well, I won't say the only time, usually when it happens, if you think about it, it is when you're in a heightened state of joy and ecstasy, that most people that I've seen this happen for, okay? So there might be some other times that other people have, but usually it's when somebody just like, they feeling it, in church. It might be, the choir might be rocking, and man, they get up and, they do their thing. They might do a little dance with it. And then all of a sudden, the language just starts to flow. And they just start saying what they say, whatever. But the language at that point, it is no longer a part of our physical language. It's no longer a part of even our physical language that's attached to a certain belief system. It literally takes you out of that belief system. And if you can resonate with it, then you might start to feel a certain way. You might start to see certain symbols in your mind's eye. It's just different ways that you can pick up on what this language is saying. But it's no longer about you speaking, in whatever your native tongue is. Then it's about you connecting to the level of your soul, okay? So that's the powerful thing about the light language. Hey family, a quick addendum. This weekend I'm going to be doing a masterclass, soul transformation masterclass. So the class is not going to be for everybody. It is for those who are interested in deep dives into this knowledge and information, and for those who at some point might want to teach, So it's going to be for seekers, teachers, and people that really want step-by-step knowledge and application, okay? And more expanded, deeper dive into these Kemetic concepts and how they work in life, okay? And once you can learn those and, of course, apply them to your life, then you can help others with it the same way, okay? So it's going to be an interactive class. So because of that, I don't have a whole lot of spaces. So spaces are going to be limited because it's not just going to be me lecturing. I really don't like that kind of stuff anyway. But it's going to be interactive where we're talking to each other and, you giving me feedback, me giving you feedback, blah, blah, blah. Okay? So go.soulmasteryportal.com. Okay? Link will be in the video description. There's more than one. So you think about how many billions of people there are on this planet alone. And then you multiply that by how many billions of stars and possibilities of other planets, okay? And like any language, there's gonna be a group of people or whatever that can speak it, but there's just many of them, okay? And again, our languages just mimic a metaphysical aspect, so of the light language, in a sense. Even in our native tongues, we speak a certain way. If you hear somebody speaking Arabic, a lot of times the way they pronounce their words is a lot different than the way we pronounce them in English, okay? Even in Spanish, the way that those words are pronounced, those nuances have a vibrational essence attached to them, okay? So all languages in some instance are communicating. But light language, when you catch the Holy Ghost or you're speaking in tongues, it's actually taking you beyond your physical senses. Okay, that's another way I can put it. So it's taking you beyond your physical senses, and it is direct communication to your higher self, or from your higher self, usually from your higher self, but it is direct communication. You can also connect to other beings outside of the physical. Now, I know that might freak some people out, but there's other beings beside us here in this universe, all right? Some of them might not even be physical. They don't speak English. They don't speak Spanish or French, okay? But they are connected to our soul level and are connected to light language, family. So that's what I want to help you to grasp. The church taught us that the only reason that you even catch the Holy Ghost is because you're a Christian. No, this stuff preceded Christianity by thousands of years, okay? It preceded existence, our existence, okay, family? So when you're doing this, understand that you are expressing a gift that you have, an ability that a lot of us might not have, okay? I know I had one lady said that, you know, she was in a certain church group and she would catch the Holy Ghost and stuff like that. And then she switched to the Hebrew Israelites and somebody told her that it was demonic. Family, okay? This is what people do, especially anybody that's connected to religion a lot of times. It's things that they don't understand. It's like, you know, you got two ways to look at it. Either it's good, godly, or bad, evil, okay? And there's no in between, there's no nuance, okay? And so because I'm sure this person did not understand it, they just put it in the category of it being evil and demonic, okay? That's a limitation. So they were asking me, you know, my thoughts about it, and I just asked them, well, you tell me what you think, you know? Because normally, even when you ask those questions, you already have the answer. You know the answer, but you're looking for some confirmation, okay? So, but I wanted to tell them that, first of all, there's nothing about you that's demonic. That's a religious construct, okay? So there's duality, okay? So that we have a choice to experience. Somebody else asked me, I was talking about on another video, how our experience is subjective and you can choose to experience things from a negative perspective or a positive perspective. And they cast it in terms of, why does it have to be a right frame of mind? They never heard me say that, because you always have a choice. Christianity says something is right or wrong. You know, in talking about these ideas, I can talk about good or bad, but it's the experiences that you want to have and the experiences that you might be having, okay, that you don't want, all right? But there's always a choice. Neither one of them is wrong because they exist. It's your experience. So I never said a right frame of mind. I never would say that, because it's about having the frame of mind that you want to, how you want to experience life. Do you want to experience the positive stuff, or do you want to keep experiencing the negative stuff? That's the choice, okay? So, you know, and anything in between. So in that sense, there's no right frame. It's not right or wrong. Always know in the comments, again, when somebody has been trained Christian, because they'll invariably ask me, you know, is this wrong? Or is this right? You know, blah, because that's the construct that we were taught in, is that it's either good or bad, right or wrong, okay? But life is nuanced. Our experience of life is nuanced. So light languages, family, in the broader context, speaking in tongues and having the Holy Ghost, family, is very real. It's ancient. The ancients talked about it, you know, different ways. I believe that speaking in tongues is one of the 7 gifts of the Spirit, if I recall right. I'm sure somebody will correct me if it ain't. But anyway, it's like, man, it's so funny to me. I never hear from a person until they disagree with me on something, and then they want to teach me. But invariably, they just take something that I said and they want to run with it. So, but it is what it is. It's part of the territory, so I get it. But it's kind of funny. So at any rate, family, that's it. So speaking in tongues is a gift that a person has. It's not demonic. It's just part of an ability. And the thing is with that light language, you might have a certain mode or modality that you're speaking with that is something that has not been brought to this planet before, okay? It might be something new that you are doing. You will have the ability to, 1, heal yourself, and 2, heal others, okay? So just understand that that's just part of the growth process. And it's part of you expanding. This is also an aspect of becoming a Christ, where you're expanding into more of your God self, more of your goddess self. Okay. So that's what you have to. No, you don't have to, but that's what I want you to grasp, is that becoming a Christ doesn't mean just becoming, spiritual holy roller, okay? It means developing a state of consciousness where you have the ability to see yourself in a more expanded view and to experience the universe as you in a more expanded way, all right? That's what being a Christ is about, okay? Our religious ideas are usually limitations. They're usually frames and constructs that cause us to limit ourselves. And it's not that, I hate Christianity or anything like that, because, again, to me, it is a valid expression of life, But do you want that? That's really what it comes down for me, is do you want to live in that limited box? And for me, it didn't work, I didn't want to live in that limited box. So the people that don't want to live in that limited box, that's who I'm talking to. So to just give you another frame and another perspective. But at any rate, family, that's it. I hope that is helpful for you about speaking in tongues and catching the Holy Ghost. I hope it is expansive for you. I hope that it helps you to expand into a broader context of these ideas and out of the limited religious views. And, leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. And if this was helpful for you, I always appreciate that. And I'm going to go ahead, family. I'm going to continue on my walk. And you guys have an amazing rest of your day, okay? Reginald Martin, out.